Across the vast canvas of time, certain figures have emerged from the shadows, leaving an indelible mark on the world. These are the individuals who have wielded power with an iron fist, leaving a trail of destruction and despair in their wake. Today we delve into the annals of history to confront the chilling legacies of the top 10 most dangerous people of all time. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's count down the top 10 most dangerous persons of all time. Our journey into the darkest corners of human nature begins with a man whose name still evokes terror, Pol Pot. Born as Saloth Tsar, he would later adopt the name Pol Pot and become one of the most infamous figures in modern history. His rise to power was marked by a ruthless determination to reshape Cambodia according to his radical vision. As the leader of the Khmer Rouge, Pol Pot's reign over Cambodia from 1975 to 1979 was marked by unimaginable brutality. His regime sought to create a classless agrarian society, but the methods employed were nothing short of genocidal. The Khmer Rouge soldiers under his command enforced his draconian policies with an iron fist, leading to widespread suffering and death. Driven by a twisted ideology, Pol Pot oversaw the systematic dismantling of Cambodian society, transforming the country into a vast prison camp. Cities were evacuated, and millions were forced into labor camps where they endured grueling conditions. Families were torn apart, and traditional social structures were obliterated in the name of his radical vision. The killing fields stand as a chilling testament to the depravity of Pol Pot's rule, with over 2 million Cambodians perishing during this horrific period. These mass graves are a stark reminder of the human cost of his regime. The skulls and bones unearthed from these sites tell a story of unimaginable suffering and loss. Pol Pot's legacy is a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and ideological extremism. His empty throne symbolizes the void left by his destructive rule, while the memorials for the victims serve as a poignant reminder of the lives lost. The historical reflections on his regime continue to haunt Cambodia and the world, reminding us of the importance of vigilance against such atrocities. Few names are as synonymous with cruelty and terror as Vlad the Impaler. Known for his brutal methods and unyielding rule, Vlad's legacy is one of blood and fear. Born in 1431, Vlad ruled over Wallachia, present-day Romania, during a time of great turmoil. His reign was marked by constant battles against the Ottoman Empire and internal strife. Vlad's father, Vlad II Dracul, was a member of the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order dedicated to fighting the Ottomans, which influenced Vlad's fierce and ruthless nature. Impalement became Vlad's preferred method of dealing with his enemies, with thousands meeting their end on sharpened stakes. This gruesome technique involved driving a wooden stake through the victim's body, often leaving them to die slowly in agony. It was a method designed not only to kill, but to instill fear and obedience among his subjects and enemies alike. Tales of Vlad's cruelty spread far and wide, cementing his reputation as a figure of both terror and fascination. Stories of his deeds were recounted in various chronicles and manuscripts, painting a picture of a ruler who would stop at nothing to maintain his power. These accounts contributed to the mythos surrounding Vlad, blending historical fact with legend. The legend of Vlad the Impaler continues to captivate and horrify, serving as a chilling reminder of the dark side of human nature. Today, his story is often intertwined with that of the fictional Count Dracula, further immortalizing him in popular culture. Visitors to Romania are drawn to the eerie landscapes and historical sites associated with Vlad, seeking to uncover the truth behind the man who became a symbol of fear and brutality. Our journey takes us to the heart of Africa, where the beautiful landscapes of Uganda hide a dark and painful history. This is the story of Idi Amin, whose reign of terror left an indelible scar on the nation and its people. Idi Amin seized power in a military coup in 1971, and his rule, which lasted until 1979, was marked by extreme human rights abuses, political repression, and ethnic persecution. His regime was one of the most brutal in African history. Driven by paranoia and a desire to consolidate power, Amin's secret police carried out widespread torture and killings. It is estimated that between 300,000 to 500,000 Ugandans lost their lives during his rule. The mass graves and haunting historical photos serve as a grim testament to the atrocities committed. Beyond his brutality, Amin was known for his eccentricities and grandiose self-proclaimed titles, such as Conqueror of the British Empire and Lord of all the beasts of the earth and fishes of the sea. These bizarre behaviors only added to his infamy and the fear he instilled in the population. Today, Uganda continues to grapple with the legacy of Idi Amin, Memorials and historical records serve as stark reminders of the human capacity for cruelty and the devastating consequences of unchecked power. The nation's journey towards healing and reconciliation is ongoing, as it strives to move past the shadows of its dark history. Osama bin Laden, the mastermind of terror. The 21st century dawned with a new era of fear, ushered in by global terrorism. At the heart of this threat stood Osama bin Laden, the founder of al-Qaeda, responsible for the September 11th attacks. Bin Laden's twisted ideology called for violence against anyone deemed an enemy of Islam, justifying the murder of innocent civilians. His death in 2011 brought an end to his reign of terror, but the legacy of his actions continues to shape the world today. Mao Zedong, the architect of a human catastrophe. Mao's vision for China was a communist utopia, but his policies had catastrophic consequences. The Great Leap Forward led to widespread famine, and the Cultural Revolution unleashed a wave of violence and chaos. Millions perished during these periods, victims of starvation, overwork, and state-sponsored violence. Mao's legacy remains a subject of intense debate, credited with uniting China, but also responsible for the deaths of tens of millions. Joseph Stalin, the Iron Fist of the Soviet Union. Stalin's quest for absolute power left an indelible mark on the 20th century. The Great Purge saw millions arrested, executed, or deported to labor camps. Stalin's policies led to widespread famine, particularly in Ukraine, where millions died. While credited with transforming the Soviet Union into a superpower, his reign of terror left a lasting scar on the nation's psyche. Adolf Hitler, the Shadow of Hate. Hitler's name has become synonymous with evil, responsible for the Holocaust and World War II. His ideology, a toxic blend of nationalism and anti-Semitism, found fertile ground in a desperate nation. The Holocaust, the systematic genocide of 6 million Jews, stands as a chilling testament to human depravity. Hitler's reign of terror ended in 1945, but the devastation of his actions continues to haunt history. Genghis Khan, born Temujin, was a brilliant military strategist and ruthless conqueror. He united the Mongol tribes and embarked on a series of conquests that altered history. His military campaigns swept across Central Asia, Persia, and China, leaving a trail of destruction. Genghis Khan's empire was a testament to his military genius and the fear he instilled in his enemies. While his conquests brought death and destruction, he also recognized the importance of trade and cultural exchange. Ivan IV, better known as Ivan the Terrible, was crowned the first Tsar of Russia in 1547. Despite a promising start, Ivan's personality took a dark turn following the death of his wife. He unleashed a reign of terror, with the oppressive enforcing his authority through brutal means. The Novgorod massacre saw thousands of innocent civilians slaughtered on suspicion of treason. Ivan's brutality extended to his own family, striking and killing his own son in a fit of rage. Attila the Hun, born on the steppes of Central Asia, rose to lead the Huns in the early 5th century. His forces terrorized the Roman Empire, leaving a trail of destruction and bloodshed. Known as the Scourge of God, Attila was a fearsome warrior and cunning strategist. The Battle of the Catalonian Plains marked a turning point in Attila's westward advance. Despite his fearsome reputation, Attila was also a shrewd diplomat who understood the power of negotiation. These 10 individuals represent some of the darkest chapters in human history. Their legacies serve as stark reminders of the dangers of unchecked power and the depths of human depravity. As we reflect on their actions, we are reminded of the importance of vigilance and safeguarding our values. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical insights.